Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another horror movie night. Tonight, I will be reviewing The Shining, released in 1980, directed by Stanley Kubrick, from a script by Kubrick
and Diane Johnson,
based on the novel of the same name, written by Stephen King, starring Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, Danny Lloyd, Scatman Crothers, Barry Nelson, Philip Stone, Joe Turkel, Ann Jackson, and Tony Burton. All right. The Shining, I'll admit, hasn't always been one of the horror films that I have actually appreciated. When I was a kid, I really couldn't stand this film. It really just grated on my nerves. The kid, Danny Lloyd, playing Danny Torrance, he really he got on my nerves. Even as a kid, but even today, that character still gets on my nerves and annoys me. But viewing the film as an adult, I can appreciate some of the stuff that Stanley Kubrick does in this film that really makes it a great, creepy, intense.
Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me, and it will then take me time to get back to where I was.
Well executed story that ends up going from, you have a character that's already unbalanced. We see Jack, when you first see Jack Torrance, Jack Nicholson's character, when he's introduced, he's already kind of on the edge. And as the movie progresses with him trying to write his novel and him continuing to have this writer's block and everything starts to get even higher as the tension rises and everything.
Typical of you to create a problem like this when I finally have a chance to accomplish something, when I am really into my work.
And then you have this weird frickin' kid with Danny Lloyd doing all these weird ass things like the
Red rum.
what the hell was that anyway? And then of course him riding around on his little tricycle and seeing the two twins and the blood pouring into the hotel and all the weird imagery that you get throughout this thing. Now, as I said, the Danny Lloyd scenes still to this day, they irk me. They are not, I don't think his performance in this is that good.
And he's not here, Mrs. Torrance.
But I guess it's offset by really great performances by Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall. Scatman Crothers does a really good job with his character, Dick Halloran. I mean, he is just so likable with that character. And it's a shame, though, that Stanley Kubrick decided to change some of the ending from the actual novel, just because Dick Halloran does not die in the novel. In fact, he ends up basically saving the day in there. And whereas this film throws that on its head and has him coming to the hotel to try to help and ends up getting axed in the chest by Jack. And what I know Stanley Kubrick was intending to be a shock moment, because he knew He knew that Stephen King's novel, The Shining, was very popular, and people going to see this in the theaters were expecting Dick as a character to be a heroic figure. And probably just to throw that, big shock surprise into there, he put that in there where Scatman Crothers gets axed in the chest by Jack. And I just don't like that decision to do that to that character. Like I said, Scatman Crothers does a great job playing this character throughout the film, so there was no reason to do this to the character. Even if you're wanting, I want to differ a little bit from, Stephen King's actual novel. And of course, Stephen King, for years after this film came out, has just completely hated what Stanley Kubrick did in this film. And although I don't hate, and not anymore. Now, like I said, when I was a kid, I did. Well, I don't hate it as much as Stephen King does. Because, like I said, I have grown to appreciate the great performances of Jack and Shelley and Scatman in there. And what their characters go through with, Jack finally snapping and going after Wendy and trying to kill her.
I said, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains.
And then the chase, the epic final chase through the maze in the yard in the snow. That was just really cool. A lot of people said that they were disappointed with that it was anticlimactic, but I didn't think so. I thought his intensity of trying to pursue Danny through the Danny! And actually, since Danny was so annoying, I was hoping he'd catch up to him and hack his damn head off. Because like I said, I just never really liked the character of Danny in that film. But yeah, definitely I can see why it is the classic that it is to this day. Kubrick did a pretty damn good job on this one. So my final review for The Shining from 1980. I'm going to give this one a 9.2 out of 10. If it had had a better actor playing Danny in this, because Danny Lloyd is just, like I said, he was annoyingly bad in this, in my opinion. But if it had had a better actor playing that character, it wouldn't have been so annoying. The movie would probably be a 10 out of 10. But what do you guys think of The Shining? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan.
Well, that's it for another horror movie night. If you missed last week's horror movie night video, you can check it out in the link above. Or if you have missed any of our videos on horror movie night, check out this playlist and you can check out anything that you've missed.